It's almost inconceivable that Bill C-293 remains largely unknown among Canadians, given its potential to significantly expand governmental powers in response to future pandemics. A detailed examination of how the bill does more than just sow confusion about its intentions, it actually reveals a troubling spirit to its core. Welcome to Wake Up Canada News. I'm Brad Wilder. Bill C-293, a private member's bill that recently advanced through the House of Commons with little resistance, purports to bolster Canada's pandemic preparedness. Yet, a deeper look and analysis exposes provisions that could disastrously impact the agriculture and agri-food sector, which are vital to our national economy and food security. Potential impacts of Bill C-293 on meat consumption. Well, under this bill, public health officials could have the authority to close facilities they consider high risk, such as meatpacking plants, during the pandemics, and even mandate the consumption of vegetable proteins by Canadians, measures that border on the absolute absurd. It's hardly surprising that the private member who introduced Bill C-293 is a Liberal MP known as Nathaniel Erskine Smith, who is known for his vegan lifestyle. So what about the new powers for public health officials and them closing agricultural facilities? Well, the ease with which this legislation passed highlights a disconcerting disconnection and dysfunction within our Parliament, where normally proposals of such magnitude would undergo extensive debate and even scrutiny. Currently, the Senate, which is now reviewing Bill C-293, is inundated with over 120 letters daily from concerned groups and citizens, all apprehensive about the bill's broad regulatory reach and its implications. Now, there's concerns over mandated dietary changes, too, and their economic fallout. One of the most alarming aspects of Bill C-293 is the discretionary power it would grant officials to shut down agricultural facilities without clear, objective criteria. Now, such arbitrary actions could disrupt not only meat supply chains, but also wider agricultural operations linked to them, including feed production. This threatens to destabilize related sectors and could trigger cascading effects throughout the entire food system. Moreover, legislating the consumption of vegetable proteins represents an unprecedented governmental intrusion into personal dietary choices and market dynamics. This could severely disrupt the economic balance of the agri-food sector, adversely affecting everyone from livestock producers to participants in traditional protein markets. Additionally, the bill seeks to regulate and possibly phase out certain farming practices considered high risk for pandemic propagation. Now, this could abruptly alter farming operations, affect livelihoods, and hinder economic stability of numerous producers, making a transition to purportedly safer practices impractical. So could Bill C-293 arbitrary powers disrupt the meat supply chain? Yes, absolutely. Farming is woven into the fabric of our national identity, with modern livestock agriculture playing an indispensable role. Bill C-293, however, goes so far as to pick winners and losers, with the agriculture sector sidelining segments that have made substantial contributions to our economy. While promoting alternative proteins may align with global moves forward and more sustainable food systems, the direct approach of Bill C-293 risks stiffing innovation. Predetermining market winners and imposing dietary changes in the name of overly cautious risk management could impair the ability of Canada's agri-food industries to adapt market demands and consumer preferences. The impact on farming practices and livestock agriculture as it currently stands, Bill C-293 presents considerable risks to the stability and even sustainability of Canada's crucial agriculture and agri-food sectors. The Senate must decisively reject this bill. Beyond its implications for food policy, Bill C-293 also reflects broader concerns about the state of our democracy and the level of public awareness in Canada. The fact that this bill has remained under, the radar until now speaks volumes about the current state of public engagement and information. Now, in other news, The Alberta government has quietly introduced new restrictions to the on-farm slaughter operation program, now limiting farms to just 5,000 pounds of live weight per year. To put it plainly, this new cap is devastating for small-scale farmers. It's not enough to sustain a family, not to farm, and not feed our communities. These changes were made without consultation, without legislative debate, and without public notice. Now, if this stands, small farms will be forced to scale back or even shut down. Local, pasture-raised, ethically produced meat will become harder to access. Food security and local economies will suffer. Consumer choice disappears, especially for those avoiding factory farm meat. This directly affects our right to choose where our food comes from and how it's raised and processed. We need to act now. You can contact the following to voice your concern and demand this be reversed. First off, there's agi.foodsafety@gov.ab.ca. The Premier, just dial them up. That's right, premier@gov.ab.ca. And most importantly, your local MLA. If you're a farmer, homesteader, or just care about food freedom, now's the time to speak up. This is how rights get quietly stripped away. If more Canadians were aware, there's little doubt this bill would face overwhelming opposition. So let's get to it, Canada. Contact your MLA, MP, and let's get this stopped. Thanks for watching Wake Up Canada News. Please like, share, and follow us on all your favorite socials, including Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and our website at wakeupcanadanews.com. Have a story tip to share? Oh, you can email us, info@wakeupcanadanews.com. Till next time, remember, you're the voice. It's time to make it count. I'm Brad Wilder, and I'll see you next time.